HIV Awareness Day with Pulitzer-nominated author, civil rights activist, and HIV/AIDS advocate Terry Angel Mason. He prefers to go by Angel, and he is the author of the book Love Won't Let Me Be Silent. Thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Talk to me a little bit about how you became an advocate for HIV/AIDS awareness.
My brother Daryl, who actually promoted Madonna's first album, he was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS and eventually passed away. That touched my life. And then when I went into ministry, so many of my parishioners were HIV positive. And additionally, I deal with inmates coming out of the prison system, and that population is highly impacted by HIV. These things caused me and inspired me to become an advocate.
What one message do you want people to take away that are watching this right now today when it comes to HIV and AIDS?
HIV and AIDS is not a gay disease. That whole idea is what's preventing us from finding a cure. That whole idea is what's preventing people from being tested. And so I want individuals to know that HIV is something that impacts everyone, not just same-gender loving people.
Now, where do you feel like we are as a society when it comes to preventing this?
I think that we're in bad shape. Part of the reason is because the music that influences our young people today inspires them sexually. And I think that individuals who are rappers or singers who promote music like that have a responsibility to also share with our young people to protect themselves, and they're not doing that. So you're seeing 13-year-old kids being infected with the virus, something that's never happened before.
Is there, speaking of kids and young people, is there a certain group, a certain type of young person that's more at risk? Yes,
African Americans represent 14% of the population, but they represent 44% of all newly diagnosed cases of HIV. So the African American community is impacted tremendously by this virus.
You touched on just a second ago sort of the influence of hip-hop music.
Yes.
I want you to expand a little more about that and what parents can do.
I think parents are, I'm a parent, but I think that parents really need to monitor what their children are listening to and sit down and have dialogue with them, talk with their children about what they're listening to, and talk to them. I have a saying that I say, you have to refresh children. Sometimes you have to tell them the same message again and again for them to get it, so that they understand, okay, if you engage in sexual activity, you're putting yourself at risk for not just HIV, hepatitis C, and STDs, which are rampant in our community today.
Is there an age that you recommend this should come up for especially young people?
As early as that child can understand. Because we're talking 9, 7, that early kids are experimenting in school with sex.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's sad.
It is.
Angel, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
we really appreciate it. Once again, the book is called Love Won't Let Me Be Silent. Take care. Thanks so much once again. All right, Raul, we'll send it on over to you.
Very important message. Thank you guys very much. Still ahead on Fox 5, the latest on all your top stories this morning, including more on